What's up,
Welcome back, everybody. That Kratom. How's everybody doing? We're doing fantastic. Right when we started recording, my brother's gardener decided to fire up his goddamn weed eater, so you might hear that in the background. It's a beautiful Monday morning in Porterville, California. Yeah, and we're flip flopping through locations. Right now we're at Moose's home base, so I'm doing a little rearranging in the garage. So we're just trying this out, and then the following week we'll be back. We'll be back at my brother's for might be something new, but we'll talk about it later. Yeah. What you been up to? What you got? So last weekend it was pretty exciting. We got to go to the 559 fights. Headlining with main event was Shane Christie and Dave Mighty Scott. Our nephew Shane Christie won the belt. Congratulations! It was exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time. Yeah, I don't know if anybody noticed at work, but here they noticed I lost my voice screaming so much. And I think if you watch some of those highlight videos too, you could hear like little. I could tell because I remember what I said, but like when you watch it, you could hear. I remember me screaming in the background. You could hear it. But yeah, dude, it was crazy. The whole atmosphere. Yeah, it was. I mean, I never really we've been to a few fights, but like usually when we went to the fights at the casino, we're kind of boozing. So I think all this stuff you really didn't think about. But like when I was there, and then you see everybody drunk, like everybody's a tough guy. Yeah, the testosterone was just like
10 feet and bulletproof.
Yeah, dude. Like, and the thing was like I was just walking to go get a drink, and like these guys looking like, but they're making it a point like to like me mug like, dude, relax, kick back, we're watching the fight.
I have my Martha Stewart shirt on.
Yeah, peace. But you're right about the. So my brother got the VIP seats, which was a little bit more, and I went to the general admission in the crowd, and it was a little tight, like you're kind of elbow to elbow. But the biggest thing was like we were right next to the opposing opponent, so his family who was right there. So like if shit really hit the fan, then you gotta fight in the goddamn elevator. It would be like those highlights in the like Dodger Stadium when they finally pull him down. But yeah. It's like fighting a little elevator, dude. Like you can't really get off, and then you swing, you fall. Yeah. It was a big old mess. But I'll pay a little bit extra next time to go to the VIP. But where I went down right there on the bleachers, and we're watching the fight. Like I had that front row, and I was already kind of skeptical about it, but I kind of rehearsed it in my head what I was gonna say to the security guard, because over there they were being like sticklers, dude. Like this one guy was getting off crazy during the fights. So when the people's friends were walking out, like they would go down off the bleachers and just support him to come out. And he wasn't even letting them do that. I didn't really see the big issue with it, but I mean, some other guy watching his
fire hazard,
son, whatever.
Fire hazard.
I don't know, but. So I already knew, like, I kind of rehearsed what I was going to tell them, but I had to get down, especially, too, when we watch fights, a lot of people, too, when you watch fights, you can't sit still, like, I got to move around, like, and then, even at that, it'd be my nephew, you know what I mean, I'm more, in tune into it. Yeah. And, so I got up, and I was standing there, not an issue, but it was cool just screaming the whole time, like, trying to give them pointers. I mean, I don't know that much of a background, but just, like, I guess because, people do this like when you watch UFC, like you watch it a little bit, so you kind of think you know. Yeah. You know what's up. I mean, I know a little bit, but not much. But kind of what I thought would help him out, I kind of was just screaming it in there. But it was fun, dude. Like it was exciting, and even more so fun because he won. Yeah. But yeah, how was it over there on your guys' side? It was cool. We had right when the fight started, we had the other guy, the opponent, their fans over there behind me screaming. So then it was a shouting contest, so I just screamed louder than them. So it was cool. I had fun though. It was a good night. Yeah, it was cool. But and then also too, kind of a good point to bring up. That I think that was like the first night or one of the times we posted like on our Instagram and stuff when we're out doing things. And because what I was thinking too, we do a lot of stuff that we don't really post, like our runs, our workouts and stuff like that. So we're gonna do try to incorporate that more on our pages so we can put it up, kind of see what we're doing.
Well, I posted yesterday too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like events like that too, like going.
I found a snake,
What was that?
a garden snake.
No. What was the? Where were you at?
I was at River Island. We had there was a golf tournament for the Porterville football team. It was a fundraiser for the Booster Club.
Oh, okay.
So it was pretty cool that it was everyone was drinking and Manuel's boy was out there. The other barber.
Oh, okay.
He was there.
Yeah.
He was with his buddies and Mark to the O. He was
Shout
there,
out.
and then Mario was there. Thompson. They're all the. So yeah, congrats on Mark. We got the coaching gig right here in Porterville, so he's in our backyard now, our new backyard.
Mm-hmm.
But
Did you guys do like, was it like a tournament style or what was it? Just
yeah, so it was a tournament. So, well, realistically, anyone could have won because we went out there just for fun, and towards the end we didn't even keep score. So then, right before I ran up to turn the scorecard, I just pencil whipped everything.
Oh, okay.
And then turned it in. No one verified it, so
it was by the honor system, basically.
yeah. So, but everyone's half drunk, so if you really if you really wanted to win, you could have won.
I mean, but a lot of because we just go out there to have fun. I think a lot of people like that do it legitimately. They'll just like
they were
after
serious.
every hole.
Yeah. But yeah, it was cool. It was a nice day. It wasn't too hot.
Yeah. Did you guys play so or no?
No.
Who did you play with?
With Tiffany and then Deidre and Rose. So we
Okay.
had our own team.
And then Mark and Mara, they had their own team.
They were just spectating.
Oh,
They
okay.
were really
Like
playing,
helping out and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But then I was right now I'm going to school, so I'm pretty much at the house most of the time. So I was jokingly talking about getting a membership for the River Island for to go golfing during the day. But now after, I think I really am.
Yeah.
Just to go out there, hang out with meet the older guys and just bullshit them and golf.
Like all the retired guys.
Yeah,
That would be cool, dude.
yeah. Like you said, I'll be Kramer on that episode.
Oh yeah.
We moved down. to
Oh yeah, I
Florida.
was familiar with the Seinfeld.
Yeah.
If you're not, go watch it immediately. But yeah, where he moves out to Florida and everyone's like 30 years older than him.
Yeah.
Another thing was congratulations, Eric and Andrew. They got married this past Friday, which we posted some of that on Facebook too. It was
Insta.
Instagram. But that was pretty fun too, dude. Like,
That was a great night.
Yeah.
I had fun. It
Yeah.
was very entertaining with Dad there.
Yeah. So maybe too, like later on, because every like week by week the podcast has a new segment, or we try to incorporate different things, and it's not a dig at Dad, but it's just like he's so funny. Like maybe we could have a segment like the origins of our dad, and we'll get into other people like that too, how we met, the circumstances and things like that, and get into those. Like that one, we'll just pick a specific person, and then we'll talk about how we met them. But, our dad, since we were kids, like 5, younger that we can remember, like he was always would always go to. So we'd
He
go.
was the life of the party.
Yeah, exactly. So we'd go. The routine would go to my
And the
grandma's.
party pooper at the same time.
You could be both.
Yeah. In one night.
But we would go to our grandma's on the weekend, and we're always celebrating something every weekend. Maybe it's just
Celebrating the weekend.
But yeah, my dad, he was he'd show up a couple in, and then or he topped off a couple, and then the party was just on from there. And so at the wedding, yeah, he had a few already. So it was
We're sitting down. We're 5 minutes before the wedding starts, and so people are staged. They're gonna walk down the aisle, the groomsmen and bridesmaids. And my dad shows up maybe a minute, if that, before it starts. He sits in the wrong seat, so he gets up, has to rotate, and then sit down again. And then he's just
But like the funny thing is, real quick, like in the weddings, everybody knows like that time when everyone's getting set up, like it's crucial because you have a lot, it's all like
it's nerve wracking. Yeah. So he has sidebars going. You can hear him talking, and so we kind of look, and he it's like one of those like when you're at a party, you see your buddy. So we made a comment. I made a comment to him. Then he looked up and he seen. He's like, hey! And he starts talking.
Meanwhile, they're playing the music for everybody to walk down the aisle.
Yeah. So then he stands up, and as everyone's walking down the aisle, he starts mumbling something to each person that walks down the aisle and incorporating a fist bump at the same time.
So no, it was walking down the aisle, but it was also a meet and greet. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, but then I don't know if I need to post it. I forgot, but anybody who followed us, like our cousins, posted some of his dance moves.
Yeah.
And so he's not.
He's a OG Chris Brown.
Yeah. Yeah, he got some moves like Jagger. He's out there and he's no matter what song, like it takes him 1 second and his brain shifts to whatever dance move he needs.
He's like Neo when they put the device in the back of his head. That's what the beard does.
Yeah, when he's down and he goes, I know how to Dougie. But in this case, it's the beard though.
Yeah. Shit.
No, but it was fun, and then they had the mariachis come, and they came to each table. They did whatever song you wanted. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You don't really get that too. Like, I mean, you'll go and you'll put a request, but like they go specifically to you at the wedding. That was
yeah.
cool.
That was something else.
Everything was fun, and the other thing I trip out about too, and I tell Kayla because she's from a real small family, and like anybody who sees the pictures, like one of them was just pictures of our cousins, and that's not even like there's so many more that are just missing, and already just right there was like what 30 maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got a huge family, but yeah, it was fun. It was like 8 or 9, and I already felt like I was falling asleep. So also too, yeah. So the last Easter party. So what I heard, it's my new exit move. What my uncle used to do. One of my uncles was.
Oh, he still does.
Yeah. To this day. So don't feel bad if I didn't tell you bye. But so what happens is, our family is so huge. What I'm gonna start doing now, just basically take off, and then if you're in my line in my exit where you're there, I'll say bye. But there's so many people. It's like 20-minute thing just to tell everybody bye, and then you're gone.
Yeah.
So I stole that from him. So
well, Dad's move was we were the grunts, so he would send us out to say bye. So my dad would start making his way to the car when we were younger, and then he'd tell us to tell everyone bye. So by us telling everyone bye, that was
good.
Yeah, that was
they knew.
That was a form of my dad saying bye as well.
But also too, like it's not just like hey later. Like when you say hey later, then you start like a conversation.
Yeah.
Well, that's another 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a talker, so when we're over at the family events, because we don't see each other very often. So, but yeah, what I was gonna tell you, I was gonna segue into that because there's a couple stories I have, and then I'm gonna ask you. But so like these past few parties, our family likes to drink just like everybody else. But like me and my brother, at a younger age, like 23, like we said a lot, we learned like us and beer doesn't mix because crazy stuff always happens, embarrassing stuff, or maybe both of them.
Yeah.
But I just had a couple stories and they just came to me because I was thinking about it. But the first one was when so I used to have an apartment in Visalia. It was off of K Street, and it was down in a little shithole, but it was cool. It was fun. A lot of good memories there. A lot of bad too, but just as much. But so one thing was me and my buddy. I had a couple buddies from the 99 cents. I used to work at the 99 cent store. I had a couple buddies there, Chow and Reggie. So usually on our Friday, we'd hang out, but our schedule was usually like 10 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. or it was like a midnight to 8 or 10 or something like that, and usually like 6 to 8 hours, something like that. But what we would do, we'd unload and stock everything. So if we got done early, we'd take off. But so typically we'd go to my apartment, we'd hang out, watch some movies and stuff, and drink. They had a little liquor store which was convenient right there by.
They tore it down. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
I seen that. They
it's
tore a
gone.
lot of things down.
Yeah.
Across the street, they opened some other.
That factory thing.
Yeah, some factory thing they opened up. But so there was a liquor store at the end of the road, which was convenient. It was like a block away, so I'd go. We'd stop there, and we would get like the 12-pack of the 32s, like the Miller High Lifes, or we'd get the King Cobras.
So a case.
Yeah, kind of whatever they had on special. So we were saying, so we got him, go back to the house, and Reggie, he was actually the first one to introduce me to Game of Thrones.
Fuck, it was out back then.
Yeah, this was 2000, I think 12, 11, around there when it first came
11.
out.
Yeah, 11.
And so I think we watched a little bit of it, but anyways, we were drinking, and then my buddy Chow, because he usually passed out, so we're tapped out. There's no more. We don't have any more booze, and then Chow's there sitting
dry.
there. Yeah, and then Reggie had took off already. So I don't even think I never did actually. I never told Chow this, but so we were sitting there, and then Chow's he's like to where you're at, and he has his arm kind of in a U shape, and he has his beer, the 32 ounce, tucked right there.
Mm-hmm.
So then I look at it, and then I look at mine, and I kind of have that the Indiana Jones moment, where he has the sandbag.
Yeah, so he has to put it back so it doesn't go off. Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and I was like, and I'm pretty drunk, so I was like,
But you still needed more.
Yeah,
You weren't drunk. You weren't drunk enough because you still had to swap beers with your buddy.
because I was still not passed out yet.
Yeah.
So then I see it, and I go, I could probably do that because he didn't have a real tight grip. It was kind of loose.
Was he snoring, breathing loud, or what kind of state was he in? What state?
Okay, so based on like movies and cartoons and stuff, I would say like he was asleep enough where he had like that bubble above him and he was dreaming about something.
Okay.
So he's probably in REM.
Okay.
I'd say REM.
So that's a deep sleep.
Yeah, but he wasn't snoring. He was maintaining it. His regular
Maybe he's not
breathing.
snoring.
Yeah, maybe not.
Mm.
So anyway, so I see it, and so at this point, and the trippy thing too was because he was passed out like that, but he was facing the other way. So I had I had visual of him, so I could see I could pull back. So anyways, I grab his with my right. I have mine in my left, empty. And so I pull his and then put his in there and take it. And so I go back and I'm just like over here for a little bit, like looking
Did you close your eyes?
No.
Oh,
I,
okay.
I was just looking, and then like I would probably played it off like if nothing happened. But he didn't wake up.
I didn't just take your beer.
Yeah. He said, I had the craziest dream.
Yeah.
Took my beer. Yeah, but that was one of them.
He never suspected it when he woke up?
No, because he slept there and I ended up passing out. I went to my room, went to sleep, and then he was gone after that. So we were in combo.
We had no more beer?
Yeah, he was done. Oh, but so you could think about after I finish this one, like just a story, like a crazy story, like a funny one that the drinking. Because the whole reason was a lot of them asked like why we don't drink, and like there's so many reasons why, but this is like just a couple stories of many.
Yeah.
So you could think of one, I'm gonna tell the other one, but you could think of while we're going. But the other one, just because we're already there, the apartment. So when we lived out in the country, it was so hard. Like for delivery, we never got delivery, and so a funny story sidebar. Actually the one time we did get delivery. So every so often, and those people, the real ones from back in the day, right there where the Tony's Pizza's at now. Remember how it used to always rotate different pizza
Oh yeah,
places?
yeah, in Farmersville. Right
Yeah,
there, yeah.
that corner one.
Yeah.
So right next to Rainbow. So
Rambo.
always when they would open, they would say we deliver, and so they would for the first couple of
But
weeks.
do you?
Yeah, they would try to limit it, but because they were so new and they wanted business and they would say, okay, we'll do it. And we probably lived about 10 minutes driving there, probably 10 minutes.
Yeah,
From
that's it. Because it's not a far drive, but it is a far drive.
Yeah,
Because you have to go all the way down and then to the four-way and then still go right.
yeah. I mean, it's out in the country.
It's probably like 10 miles.
Yeah,
10 miles?
about that. But so, anyways, so we did order pizza this one time, and I remember my mom and my mom and my cousin they were doing the transaction, and they were game planning it inside.
No, this was premeditated already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were game planning.
Yeah, it was premeditation.
So I'll say what I remember, and then if you remember any other
Okay.
details. But
Yeah, I remember this.
so the issue was we needed the pizza, but we were short a few bucks. I don't know exactly, but a few bucks. So the thing was, it was already dark.
We might have been short a lot.
Yeah. So what we did, what they were doing was they were gonna give them the money, and then get the pizza and go inside and then done deal. So it was like bartering.
It was like you give them the money, but you like do the 220s or something, but then but the rest of it's a bunch of ones.
we were doing like a smoky.
Yeah, yeah.
So everything went according to plan. They got there. They got the pizza. We got inside, and then my mom said, "Just start eating." So boom, say less.
Yeah.
We got the pizza there, and we started eating. And then, so as we're eating, we get a knock on the door, and they're like, "That you guys are a little shy."
Yeah.
And so then she said, my cousin said something, you might have dropped it or it was on the ground or something. So they started looking, and then he's like, fuck it, it's a loss. So then he was cool about it.
I think I remember a little bit more. So when we got the pizza, yeah, Mom told us to eat, but then right away the guy came back, and then so they went outside, and I remember that this was before cell phones, so they had to have a light. There was he had a little light, those little cheap ones that they come in all the colors.
Oh
He
yeah,
had one of those,
Yeah,
and they were looking on the ground, as if she dropped it or she dropped it or he dropped it.
Yeah.
And then my cousin, I think she might have got spooked. She came back in, and then she started laughing because we were already scarfing the pizza down. So they couldn't take the pizza back. And then they were looking outside for about 10 minutes, and at that time he's like, "Well, fuck it, I gotta get back." So he just left.
You gotta go. So
chop it up as a loss.
But not only I'm sure his gas was cheap back then, or I remember it was cheap as because I remember Charles when mom gave Charles a ride one time, he gave her 50 cents, and that was like so that was like gas money back then, 50 cents.
Well, on another one,
or just to finish that one. Yeah, but not only was he short on the tab, so he's have to tell him he lost the pizza, but I usually give him like a tip.
No
or something.
tip.
No tip either, dude. Yeah, he's paying out of his pocket, probably.
Yeah,
so he doesn't lose the job.
Yeah, but like you said, the gas was cheap. We're watching Dirty Harry on Saturday, and if you haven't seen it, the guy he kidnaps a school bus of kids, and this was back in the day because then he had to pull over and go to the payphone to call the cop or the police to request.
Did you tell him 211
the money. And
you tell me progress. That was it. That one?
No, I think you're mixing it up.
Okay, my bad.
But the guy, he has a bus full of kids and the bus driver, and he asked for $200,000. So the money back then it went a long way.
How much would that be now?
I was thinking like $2 million.
Yeah,
around there, because this was probably like late 70s, early 80s maybe.
Yeah. But, and then the second one I'll finish with. So I was there, and it was my day off, and so I was
your apartment.
Yeah, so I was boozing a little bit earlier, and I was being a fatty. But one thing was like and this is another reason don't drink too, because well, back when we were drinking, we were 300 pounds. So and this is a story too that goes into that.
Bulking up.
So there was, I think we have one in Porterville. It's a pizza guys. But if you call them and you order something, they had asked me when I first ordered. They said, "Do you want me to save this as your order?" I said, "Yeah, cool." So they saved it. So then that day off, I was drinking already. I was pretty drunk, and I called them, and I said, and they said, "Juan?" And I said, "Yeah." And then, "Do you want this?" I said, "Yeah." Okay.
Yes.
So boom.
I'm bigger.
Yeah. So they delivered it. So there was the transaction was being processed. They're making the pizza, doing all that. So then
They're chopping it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Flipping, chopping, and everything. Forget about it. And so that was done. Phone call ended. So then, as I'm sitting there, I'm drinking. Maybe like a couple minutes pass. But I'm to the point where I forgot that I called that pizza place.
Mm-hmm.
So now I was thinking in my head, like, pizza and some wings sound good right now. So I called.
Did I just think I ordered pizza? Yes, or did I actually order them?
Yeah, that was the thing. I didn't remember. So I called. This is fucking 100% true, dude. Like, can't make this shit up. So then I called Pizza Hut. And I called pizza and I ordered the exact same thing I just ordered at Pizza Guys, which was a large pizza and
The usual.
yeah, like a 16
Large pie,
20 wings, yeah, whatever it was, and extra sauce. And
Side note, I never knew this existed, but Mark Morris, he turned me on to this because he's a food aficionado. I don't even know.
aficionado.
Aficionado.
Yeah.
He's a food expert.
Oh,
Yes.
Andrew Zimmerman.
Yes.
Okay.
If you go to Buffalo Wild Wings, you could pay a couple dollars.
Mark
extra.
Zimmerman. That's a different guy.
Mark. And, you could pay a couple dollars extra, and they'll give you all drumsticks.
Oh.
Yeah, we're in Vegas one time, and he ordered them like that, and I never seen him ordered like that.
That's pretty cool.
Just for everyone that likes wings.
How much for them to feed them to you? Nude.
Oh. I don't know.
Different restaurant.
Yeah, different expert. I had something to ask Ron Jeremy.
So, anyways,
So you order the wings from Pizza Guys, and then you call Pizza Hut.
yeah, and I ordered the exact same thing: large pie,
2 for 2.
yeah, the large pie and the wings. So I said, cool. So then I was done, and so about 10-15 minutes later, the pizza guy, I remember it was a guy who showed up.
Pizza Guy showed up?
Yeah,
Okay.
They bring my stuff, and I have it in there, and I start eating. I'm watching TV. I start eating, and then I remember I got another. My doorbell rang, and I go, I didn't expect anybody. Who's this? And then so then I opened the door, and there was this lady, older white lady, and she had like a big smile on her face, and she's like, and I remember I was holding pizza in my hand.
So she realized like,
yeah. So
whoa, what?
and so I opened the door, and she goes, order for Juan. I go,
I'm not Juan.
I said, I already have pizza, and I closed the door and I locked it. And then I sat.
Yeah, you locked in.
I sat back down, and then I just kept eating. And went about the rest of my day.
Did they knock again?
No, they were gone, but I didn't know until after the fact. You know how like when a night of drinking, and then you wake up and like
It kind of comes back.
Yeah. So
Scene by scene.
you wake up and I heard someone used the not analogy, but like a similarity, like back in the day when they had those with the kids, they had the little toys, and you put the film thing in and you click it.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Like, oh, you wake up and you're like, did that happen? And then like it's like click, and then like one little thing.
You see the lady with the pizza.
Yeah.
And then the door and the lock it.
Yeah, and then pizza guys. And then I was like, did I really order pizza twice? And I was like, oh, fuck. So then I didn't go back to Pizza Hut after that.
Oh, you
So
burned
that,
them?
yeah, I'm imagining I was on the no delivery list.
Yeah.
But that's a couple stories why. But so what, did you have time to think what was
I have one actually because I was thinking
because
about
I know,
it.
especially
You might
like
know.
one, they all, like when you think about, there's like one specifically that comes directly.
Well, this is because I think you might remember something about it too. So Arthur, with Arthur.
tell.
We're with Arthur, and we're with when he was with his ex. And we remember. Do you remember we went to one of their family functions in Tulare?
I remember.
Okay.
I think this was when they met. Are you talking about when they met?
I don't know. Arthur wanted us to tag along because he wanted a couple people with them.
When they first
We went
met?
to a house, someone's
Yeah.
house,
Yeah.
her family
Okay.
member's house.
Keep going. I'll see.
Okay, it was like an apartment complex.
Yeah.
So I remember like the awnings and all the cars parked.
Okay.
I remember that. And then so we're drinking. We're there. We're drinking, and I'm pretty fucked up. And for some reason, I don't remember anybody's face or any conversation I had specifically with anybody. But I remember going to the bathroom, and for some reason, I just started pissing everywhere. Like on purpose. Like I was pissing all over like the sink, the toilet, the ground, everywhere.
You're resorting back to your primal days, like
Yeah, I was
the dog?
marking my territory. And I don't know why. And then
I don't know if they call you primal or brother.
yeah. So and then
Liver King pun.
and then I think we left shortly after that, but before anyone caught on. And then the next day, Arthur had mentioned it about something, and I like laughed it off. But coincidentally, the guy
wasn't you.
yeah. Coincidentally, the guys we were drinking with, we ran into them at Ardennes because we were doing a Chinese food run.
In Visalia? Or
Yeah, Visalia.
And what did they say?
Hey, and then we didn't know who the fuck they were, and so we gave them like the fucking 1,000-yard stare, like, I don't know who you are. And then we were drinking with you guys last night, and they started laughing.
Probably.
Yeah. And then I was like, yeah, okay.
Did it come back to you when you said that to him?
I remember, yeah, I remember pissing everywhere, but I don't know what. I don't
It
know.
was like in the movies where everything stopped and you just went to like the side screen and you just remember you
Yeah.
in their bathroom.
Yeah, it was like a cutaway, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh fuck. So I kind of like was hesitant because I didn't know what they were gonna say, but they kind of laughed.
Oh. I wonder if they
Do you remember that?
Well, what I remember is I think it was the night they met.
Mate, I don't
Because-
know. Honestly, I don't know the specifics.
Because I have another add-on, and coincidentally, it relates to piss.
Mm-hmm.
So this was years ago because the Arnett area was open back then.
Mm-hmm.
This one's kind of embarrassing, but so I remember we got there, we had to take a piss. So
Attacked you?
so I told Arthur stop at the Arnett.
Right in there.
So it was the one in Tulare when it's still open. I don't know when it closed or whatever, but so
Do they have Chinese food?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Everything the same. We actually went to an alarm call there. Everything, all the same. Everything, just like Visalia. But anyways, so we went to the bathroom, and do you remember the bathroom in Visalia? It was just like a one-manner, but the one in Visalia had the urinal.
The pisser and
But this one just had the urinal.
Okay.
Or, I'm sorry, just the toilet.
Okay.
So you were, so you went in first, and you were pissing in the toilet, and then I decided I was gonna piss in the sink.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened was the sink was a little higher, and
Oh, you pissed on your pants.
yeah. So when I was pissing, I was trying to shoot it into the
Yeah.
thing, but the stream was like hitting the top of the sink, so it was like bouncing. Yeah, it was bouncing back at me. So then
Friendly fire.
yeah, blue on blue. So then I'm done pissing, and then I'm picking my.
You had the air. Was the air thing in there?
No.
What was
So
it?
hold on. So
I remember this
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
It's coming back to me.
yeah. So then as I'm buckling up, my pants is all wet, dude.
Ah.
And this is the point of intoxication. We show up to someone's house like we never.
Was
even
this?
met.
This was
This
before
prior.
we
This was
went.
before,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this
yes.
was before.
Yes.
So, I see it and I was like, "Fuck!" So and it's noticeable. It's not like a little stream. Like you
Yeah.
kind of you're like put your hands in
Pissed your
something.
pants.
Yeah, I pissed on myself. So then
He pissed his pants.
so I seen the Arco.
It's 3 PSN.
Oh, are you gonna go meet him Thursday?
No.
Miklos and gonna be in
Oh,
Strathmore for the Cinco.
So you're gonna go Vegas, vato?
Yeah. So, anyways, we got out, and then there was two. I remember there was two cars there. It was Arthur and somebody else was with us. Now that I remember, it was Tony, or I think it was Tony or somebody. But when we got out, I already knew I had to do something, so I looked up. I saw a gas station. I figured they'd have one of those the heater air things.
Mm-hmm.
So I told.
So you were drying your piss.
Yeah, I said I'm going next door, and then Arthur and them didn't know what was going on. Where's he going?
Oh yeah.
I just took off like across the street. I went to the bathroom, and sure enough, they had one. So I did. I fucking dried myself, and then went about it like nothing.
Yeah, I don't know why I pissed everywhere.
Yeah, but
You don't remember? Maybe Arthur. Well, Arthur wasn't drinking at that time yet.
it would be funny to get Arthur's like whole perspective of this day. Like, you know,
Yeah.
this is just through the eyes of two drunks. Like,
Yeah.
or-
Well, when we start getting people on, we're gonna we'll revisit this story
yeah.
and see what Arthur. Do you remember Tony being there too?
There was two cars because when we got there, somebody else was there. Somebody else was in the parking lot. Yeah. But anyways,
Yeah, that was one of my.
oh, another real quick, not a drunk. Oh yeah, a drunk one.
Well, I got one. It was with him. He was being a dick. So in Farmersville,
If merits it.
in Farmersville, there was a little macro mart, and they used to sell you beer with food stamps.
Is it still Macro Mart?
I don't know. And so we had a routine. So we get my mom's food stamp card. And we go make the run, and I think he was I think we're in an argument or something. So he's being a little bitch. and I told him give me 3 King Cobras, 3, and because anyone know that drinks will know.
Well, I guess I mean you can't. That's like a broad. You have to.
Well, anyone that's a heavy drinker.
Yeah.
So
Or
one,
borderline alcoholic.
yeah, or I was alcoholic probably. So yeah, so it was 3 2-ounce Cobras.
Because like you're saying this to people, people just have like one casual.
Yeah.
Like, well, fuck, I don't buy 3.
Casual drinking.
Sexy drinking.
So he had he was holding the card. So he didn't want to give it
I
up.
had that black card.
Yeah, so I told him give me 3 King Cobras then, and so he goes, he comes back. Well, let me go back because if you drink 1 King, like 32 ounce for me, anyways, you want 2.
That's
But
like
then-
an app. That's the app.
Yeah, so once you drink 2, then you want that third one. The third one would get you off,
Yeah.
so it'll put you on your ass. So 2, you still want to get into some shit. You want,
Yeah.
you'll still like
You're
yo,
figuring out how to get back to get that third.
yeah, yeah. And so I wanted 3, and he comes back with 2, and it was an argument, and then
Wait, 2 total or just
two for
total
me.
you?
Yeah, 2 for
There
me.
might not be enough funds or something.
There was.
Oh.
That's the thing. There was, and then you said I didn't need 3.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
you were being a bitch. And then, I think after the argument, I think Mom told me you to give me the card. So I went back and I
Give
got
your brother cards so you can buy beer.
yeah. So I went back and got enough to get me off.
One more, so you probably got 2 to be stupid.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, you didn't want to give me that third one for some. I don't know why,
you didn't need it. You probably didn't need it.
but it was funny though because I was thinking about that because yesterday I was at Gifford's. I was getting I was getting some seeds because we're golfing, and this guy was buying a 30-pack of Rolling Rocks, and he was talking to the guy behind him like, and then he was like flailing his arms up, and I was only paying attention to his conversation, but then he was talking about it wasn't adding up. He's like, what? And then so the lady comes back. So I made the call. I called the owner. He said that that's the price that he has. And he's like, I'll get the 12-pack then. So he wanted the 30-pack, but he couldn't. I guess he didn't have money for it, so he had to settle for the 12-pack.
But he'd go back at the 12 and a couple tallies.
He just got the 12,
Oh.
and now but he made a big scene about it. Yeah.
Oh well, since we're going down this, the other thing too, towards the tail end of the drinking, typically, like somebody, like a couple guys just get they get a 12-pack, even 18-pack would be plenty. But we had, so this was the last time I remember drinking, but So we went and Giffords. Anybody familiar with the stores in Springville? But they always have like a certain special on beer. Like there'll be something on special. Kind of like
Something that's not selling.
Yeah,
he'll
similar
push
to
it.
Vista. I
Yeah.
mean, Vista, the beer. I think the beer was old.
It was old, yeah.
But also too, they gave you a deal.
Yeah.
They got that light. Yeah. Stuff. Yeah. Remember that? Remember we went through that one phase because it was like cheap as dirt. The 64 calorie Millery.
The
Miller-
MGD.
Miller's.
MGD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like it was when when they first came out, the 64.
The low calorie beers,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I remember.
Yeah, those were good though.
They were, but I mean, you were pissing every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That was the only thing with that.
Yeah.
But
Well, water.
that's what. Yeah. And then so anyways, we decided we were gonna drink that night. We had some cash. So we went to Giffords and they had the 30 packs of the Keystone. The Keystone was on sale, and I told my brother, I said, I'm gonna get a 30 pack. What are you gonna get? And so my brother ended up getting a 30 pack. So we had 60 total, and I remember we were already getting off.
Yeah.
We had, I don't know what it was, but we were drinking.
Yeah, remnants of some 32 ounces.
Yeah, so
the night before.
And so we got the 30 pack, and then we got to the house, and then it was like the hangover where you see him going to get ready for the party, and then boom, you wake up.
I had that little cot. I remember waking up on the cot.
Yeah. And then you slept on the cot. I had a little bed, and I woke up, and I remember first thing I went for the fridge. And
Yeah, we had a little black fridge.
Yeah, it was little minis. And no shit, there was what?
7 beers.
There were 7 beers left. So I don't know the math.
Because I remember we came up with a scheme to get more the next day. Yeah.
See, I don't. Do you remember the night?
No, I don't.
So usually,
our ritual was we get the beer, then we put a movie on.
Yeah.
And then that's all I can remember.
Whatever movie. Well,
I went through like a Reservoir Dogs phase, and we watched it about fucking a million times.
Yeah. For some reason, like the movies hit different when you're like that drunk.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always felt like I was so drunk that I felt like I was like somehow
You were
incorporated.
in the movie. Yeah, you were in the
Incorporated
movie.
Yeah, somehow. Like they were cool, so I was cool.
You were
too.
Steve Buscemi.
Yeah. Yeah, but we could go on for days, but those are just
Yeah.
like a few of them, man. But we'll revisit them, and too, it will be fun, like how you said, when Arthur's here, and he could talk about how his, him seeing it from a sober perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. I like I said, I don't remember why or what possessed me to do that. Well, the alcohol, but I'm wondering if there's like an argument or something that made me do it. I'm not. I can't remember.
Like it.
Yeah.
What was the?
Fuck 'em.
So the next the segment was for yours with the military story.
Oh, okay. There's one I was thinking about this the other day. So we were doing a 30-day field operation. So we had a convoy from Fort Knox, Kentucky to Fort Riley, Kansas, which was like we recording?
Yeah.
What can you get up for?
Don't trip. Keep going.
My brother looks like Martha Stewart.
He just go, hey. But also, I'm sorry, real quick.
Keystone?
No, like Kay was saying the same thing. Like you'll see me depending what month or
I dress on mood.
I've been consistent, but like I always have a different style. So like you'll see me always wearing random shit. And I don't know, it's just like a random style. But I saw this shirt at Target. I liked it, but my brother said it looks like Martha Stewart. So
Yeah.
this is my
That's your Martha Stewart look. I like it though.
I'm
And
sorry, go.
So we had a convoy there, so it was a 2-day trip. So we drive for about 10 hours, and then we take a break, fuel up, and then keep going. But so the first hour, one of the trucks breaks down, so we have to all the trucks pull in. The mechanics start fixing it, then we go again, and then we get about 6 hours in, and there's a lot of hydraulic hoses. So one truck, a hydraulic hose busts, leaks all the hydraulic fluid all over the road. So you know when the oil hits the ground and anything is all like it's all bright.
Yeah.
Everything was just all oily. And then so it was a mess. And then one guy took the wrong turn. So then he went.
Is his name Berga?
He went left off the interstate, and so we had to wait hours for him to get back to the convoy. It was just a mess. And so, but the story was the first night. So we get there. And we're in our vehicles.
Before you go on that, did you guys have to clean all that up?
No, the person that drove it, they had to get it towed back. So they went.
But all that spill,
they left it there. He was driving, and then someone seen it, so they radioed it in.
Oh, okay.
And of course everyone's fucking up on those radios. They were, you know, you have the open mic. Mm-hmm. Everyone would just hold it, and they wouldn't know. And they click it again, and then I remember our platoon sergeant Nunez. He's like, "Quit messing on the radio!" And then they would do it again. Right when he said do it again, just to fuck with them. I'm gonna find out who it is. It was funny, but so the first night we park at a truck stop, and our section sergeant, Sergeant Van Fossen, he was cool, but he was a dick sometimes, and he told us we had to sleep in the vehicles because we were in a public area. So we're sleeping in the vehicles, and you have about 4 feet of space. We're in a CBT. And it was all
when we were trying to sleep in the car, went to the beach.
Marco with the Camaro. Yeah. So we're sleeping in the car, and then he gets his cot out, and he sets it up in front of his truck. So I was like, "What the fuck?" But I'm like 4 months in because this was April of 2018. Yeah, 18. So I'm 4 months in, like the real army. So I'm like, I'm not saying anything. So he's catching his Z's, and we're cramped up. So I remember looking at him, I was like, "Motherfucker." I was all right, and then
jelly.
and then we got dinner. Well, before that, we got dinner that night, and some youngster, he didn't know the ropes yet. And he's like, "Tell me we're in fucking our uniforms, like." Tell me in the military, they give you a military discount. I was like, "Motherfucker." And then Sergeant Fossen's like, "Shut up." I'm like, "What the?"
Like the whole uniform didn't give it away?
Yeah.
50 people in the fucking line to get food.
Oh, it was just like, it was pretty funny because like once we parked there, we got there like at 6, and we're just like all conjugating, it was just fucking joking around. And then I think when they see that, they kind of like, why are they having fun, you know? Yeah. And that's when like everyone get in their vehicles and stay in their vehicles like, fuck. So he sets his cot up, he's all stretched out, laying there. And remember, it's a truck stop, so where he's laying at, his truck's right here, and then he's right here. So the big rig, so about 2 o'clock I didn't know, about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, big rig started taking off and rolling in. So when it comes in, the big rig comes, and it's like fucking 2 feet in front of him because it needs a lot of room to turn around.
Yeah.
So it's like right in front of him. The lights are flashing up, and he's in his seat back, so he unzips and he looks. And he's like, fuck, he zips it back up and lays back down. I'm like, "Yeah, bitch, fucking wake up." And then, so after that, that one left. Like 10 minutes later, another one came, and then another one came, and he's like, "Fuck it." So after that, he was a smoker, so he just got up and he started smoking his cigarette and started like walking around the perimeter. And oh man, that was fun. That made my day though. After
everybody seen him,
making us fucking sit in the cab of the truck. It was cool though.
That's funny. Yeah, that's what those truck stops are. They're always in and out, especially around that time. Those are peak hours.
Yeah.
Or that's when we get called out there most of the time.
So everyone's fucking moving around.
Yeah. Just a quick one is when I was still on nights, I was driving by, and there's always these spots. Anybody familiar with Tulare? There's always these spots where the whole city's populated with homeless, but there's certain areas where there's more where they all stay. And it was right here by the railroad tracks, and as I'm driving, I was going to the PD. I was gonna go eat real quick, and I'm going, and I was going east, and as I'm getting closer to the railroad tracks, I see this guy, and he's like running, cause it's probably like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. He's running, but I see him holding something. So as I'm getting closer, he's holding this like no shit. It's probably like as long as maybe like a car and a half, like an SUV type. It's like a thin, real thin stick, but he was holding it as running, and it's so big, like it had that give. You know, when you're running with, he's like that, and he's holding it like this. I was like, what's he doing? Like I thought he stole it or something, and so I'm stuck on him, and I'm looking. So as I'm getting closer, and then I look up, and shit you not, dude, from like 20 feet away, there's another guy, and he's holding a stick too.
They were jousting?
Same time, and it was like if they were in the fucking movies like A Knight's Tale.
Yeah.
And so they're going, but as they get closer, actually as the sticks meet, they're still far from each other, dude, because they're so long. And then he stops, so I'm slow rolling, and so then he goes like that and hit him.
What the fuck?
And the guy hits the stick.
So they're beefing.
Yeah. So they're fighting with these sticks. But they're so fucking big.
They're fencing.
Yeah, so like they're hitting the sticks with each other. But then so on the radio I push the button and it does like the air horn, you know, the loud air horn. It's all brrr, and they look and then they drop them and they just fucking take off running and they're gone, dude. Like gone.
What the fuck is their problem?
They're probably beefing about something. But but yeah, that was just a real quick one. I remember that. That was from a while back, but I just remembered it. But
that's fucking funny.
So anyways, before we end, a couple things we got going on. So my brother, he's been doing that, the Barbarian, was it?
Every Wednesday, it's like a modified Barbarian. So we do, I'll put a 45-pound ruck, and I'll have my ankle weights, they're about 5 pounds. And then I'll carry my 25-pound dumbbells, and I'll do the mile. And that's every Wednesday. He's gonna start posting stuff on there that he's doing. For me, I'm gonna be posting my rucks and my runs. I don't, I go to gym, but I don't really like. I'm not that guy who records it and all that shit. So I probably won't set your tripod up.
Yeah, I don't do any from there. Especially too, like when you go to the gym, I'm like in a. Don't talk to me. Don't fuck with me.
Get there, get done, and go.
Yeah, I'm a limited time when I go there. Even when I just work out in general by myself, it's just like something switches on. I'm just workout mode. But anyways, but I'll post some of my runs and my rucks and shit like that. And then we got that ruck coming up on the 28th. If you haven't already, go sign up. It's at Wilson Tactical. You'll find the link there. A couple of the guys, the top 3 prizes are guns. I don't know if we mentioned that. So it's a 12-mile ruck, 35 pounds, and it's going to be in Tulare. So I think it's $150 for the entry fee. But I mean, your prizes are you'll win plenty back with the prizes. And that's about it.
And then over the weekend, I was talking to a buddy of mine, and we were talking about an idea. He's a photographer, and he didn't know that we did a podcast. So he was talking about maybe doing some trial runs and recording us as we're doing our podcast, so we get different angles and maybe move around.
Yeah.
Maybe incorporate a few other things. Yeah. Maybe like as we're walking or something, he could be walking with us. Like if we're maybe like if we go to the flea market. Do that one. He would go with us and incorporate that. But he wants to get exposure because he's talking about doing something entertainment, but he's unsure yet. So I told him, I'm down to do that if you want to record us as we do it. So maybe next podcast, depending where we film at.
If we have something going on, you can record it like that I'm out there.
Yeah.
We'll brainstorm it.
Yeah. And he also does he does those not a mud run, but he does the Spartan runs.
Okay.
So he was letting me know about that. So maybe if we do one.
Do you know his Instagram or anything?
Jose. I don't know if he wants to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if he wants to post it, but yeah, I'll ask him and then we'll let you know. But that's about it for the week. And we're more active on the Instagram page only because they have that story option available. Facebook doesn't really have that for the group, so that's why Facebook we haven't been really posting stuff on there. But all of you guys that follow us, thank you for that. Share, like, subscribe. And if you like it, let us know. If you don't like it, let us know. See how we can improve it. Oh, also one more thing. On the patches, I got one from the railroad, so I've been collecting them. From the railroad police. Anybody who has some out there wants to trade, if you want to trade, and also anybody from the military, like with your company patches or have any extra ones,
I put them on the opposite side. So if you guys have any that you wanna, you know, or let me have or trade or whatever, let me know. Hit us up on the Instagram. So, but you know, thanks for tuning in. I think that's all we got. Stay safe.
All right, later.